All right, good afternoon and welcome back. Today we're going to talk about Chapter 9, Section 4, Alcohol Use in Society and Other Risks of Alcohol Use. Let's get started. Alcohol can also harm other parts of your life, such as school, decision making, and your relationships. You know, people who get too delved into alcohol often start doing worse in school. Their relationships with friends and family begin to deteriorate. And, you know, decision-making skills become an issue because people who are intoxicated, they don't make good decisions. Alcohol is bad for your mental, emotional health and your social health. You know, kids up at the high school that some of the best basketball players or some of the best athletes, and then they get caught drinking, and now they're kicked off the team. Or here's the thing. In today's day and age, because of social media and because of everybody always recording and taking pictures, you can be at the party, not even have had a drink, but you are guilty by association, which means you are going to be removed from whatever athletic event or whatever athletic team that you're on. You will be removed. You'll have to have weeks off sometimes, and if you have multiple, you're no longer allowed there anymore. Teens that use alcohol are more likely to do poorly in school. Like I said, you know, it can cause a downward spiral in how people behave. Teens who use alcohol often may let their classmates or teammates down because of poor performance. I spoke about that's it too, you know. You get caught, you get suspended, you are in trouble. Now you start to have issues and you don't perform as well on the court or on the field. And there's just a whole lot of things that it can bring you down. And when you're on a team, it's not just about you. It's about you and your teammates. So if you're not just letting yourself down, you're letting your whole entire team down. It's just a selfish thing to do. Alcohol use affects decisions. When you are not in a good state of mind, you can make a bad choice, and alcohol causes people to make bad decisions. Like I said, possibility for teen pregnancy, possibility of driving in a vehicle and harming yourself or harming others, possibility of just making a bad decision and harming others. So there are many, many things that could possibly happen that essentially are in your control and that you are responsible for, but it's much more difficult to control because you're not in your normal state of mind. People who are intoxicated, they do things they wouldn't normally do because they're in a state of mind that does not allow them to know better. People under the influence of alcohol may decide to do something he or she may not usually do, like I just said. Some people may try drugs or engage in sexual activity resulting in unplanned pregnancy or contraction of a sexually transmitted disease, both of which have, or at least could have, lifelong consequences. Many schools have programs to keep teens from using alcohol, tobacco, and drugs. Students Against Destructive Decisions promotes good decisions making among teens. Now, it's called Students Against Destructive Decisions today. It used to be called Students Against Drunk Driving. And what happened was, this was in the 1980s, there was a small town, I believe it was in Michigan, and basically what happened was a real popular kid, like captain of the hockey team, he's out drinking with his friends, he drives home, he gets in a car accident, and he dies. So, you know, everybody's mourning, everybody's having issues. So in order to memorialize him, the kids go out drinking and partying. Well, about 2 weeks later, the other captain, another one of the popular kids, does the same thing. Basically gets killed in a car accident on the way home. So a teacher in the school district basically created a contract that said, for kids, I know I'm not supposed to drink, but if I make a bad decision to do drink, I'll call my parents, they'll come and pick me up. And then the parent signs the contract too, saying, I do not condone that you drink, but in the event that you make a bad decision and do this, I will come and pick you up. Basically, no questions asked, and it was a way to try to protect the students from making bad decisions and more people getting killed in accidents. Now, speaking of driving drunk, I could tell you many, many stories from when I was on the fire department, or I am on the fire department, but things I've seen from being on the fire department. I'm not going to get into those things. One of the most dangerous problems with alcohol is drunk driving. It is very important for your safety that you not ride in a vehicle with a driver who has been using alcohol. They don't respond very quickly. Now, if a car is traveling down the road at 55 miles per hour, that means you're moving at 88 feet per second. So if a person is driving drunk and they do not have the reaction time that they normally do, and they're even 1 second behind what they would normally do, and this is just saying they're only going 55 miles per hour, that's another 88 feet you have gone. So accidents are actually quite frequent with people who have been driving drunk because they don't have the reaction time that they did before. And they also tend to believe that they can do things that they really can't. Alcohol causes people to lose coordination, concentration, and visual awareness. Because of being impaired by alcohol, a person driving will not be safe and has a high chance of getting into an accident. And it happens literally on a weekly basis. You know, about 30,000 people in the United States a year are killed in drunk driving accidents. And if you think about that, there's 365 days in a year. You're looking at almost probably 70 or 80 people a day on average. Now, alcohol use affects relationships. Teens that use alcohol often find that they lose friends. Many teens will end friendships or lie to cover up the alcohol abuse. You know, alcohol abuse is like drug addiction. They're going to lie to try to keep you from knowing that they're doing it, and then it's going to cause relationship issues. Alcohol use in the family. Alcohol has hurt and even ruined many families because you have a parent who's an alcoholic, or kids have it, and then it causes friction between the whole family, and it's just issues that basically are hard to get over. Lastly, alcohol use and violence. When a person uses alcohol to deal with emotions, they may suffer mood swings, which could lead to violence or an act of physical force resulting in injury or abuse. One of the effects of alcohol is it actually increases the testosterone level in males. Well, testosterone is the hormone that makes a male, and it's also the hormone that causes aggression. So if you take somebody who's already a fairly aggressive individual and then add alcohol to the system, you've now made them hyper-aggressive, and it can cause violence to occur. People who become violent when drinking are often covering up anger or sadness. Professional health services can help them deal with their emotions in a positive way. Alcohol cannot. I can't stress that anymore. Alcohol is not the solution to cover up emotional issues. Now, that's the end of Chapter 5, Section 4. You got any questions, get a hold of me. Make sure you're reading, doing the readings, and the worksheet. Have a great day.